is that we all get it. Don't give in to the pain, just keep living, cause
got dreams I'm striving for. So I'm gonna live higher. I'm gonna live higher. I got dreams I'm striving.
What's up, guys? It's Toby Rosario, and in today's video, we're going to talk about why ringless voicemail is dead and why I no longer use it for my business and why maybe you should consider no longer using it for your business. We're going to go ahead and deep dive all this, but before I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. That way you get notified whenever I post a new video. Also, give this video a like, comment below, ringless voicemail if you do currently use ringless voicemail for your business, and we'll have a conversation in the comments. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So as you can see, I'm in my slide broadcast account. As you can see, I have about 10,000 ringless voicemails. Now, before I get into why I'm no longer going to use it, well, I'm not going to use it on a massive scale. Let me clarify that. I still use it, but very on a small list, right? Or if I'm following up with a seller, that's how I'm going to use it. I'm not sending thousands and thousands and thousands of ringless voicemail, and I'm going to get to why in a little bit. And so what happened was, so what's going on is a lot of people are using ringless voicemail. So ringless voicemail, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially so it looks like a missed call, right? But the voicemail goes straight to your voicemail, and it's not like an actual call, but it looks like a missed call once you look at your phone, right? So that's that. And then there's another thing called voice broadcast, right? And what that is it's kind of like, so you answer the phone, and then there's a message right as soon as you answer the phone, right? And that is where it gets a little bit of a gray area, and so is ringless voicemail, right? Because then a lot of people can say that I'm not in the I was put in the do not call list, right? So you shouldn't be calling me, right? Now, where investors can say is that, you know, they're not soliciting services, right? They're not they're looking to buy a house, right? So that's essentially not technically a service, right? They're not trying to sell you on a service. They're trying to buy a property, right? So you know, there's arguments to be made on both sides. So the reason I am no longer going to do ringless voicemail on a massive scale, right? So look at this date, April 30th. So robocaller Will really wants to buy your Philly home. Now, this person, this investor, you guys may or may not know him. I know who he is, and I'll play the message that he plays, and you guys can figure out who you think it is. I'm not gonna put names out there. So this guy, so this investor, he sent out ringless voicemail / voice broadcast to pretty much, it kind of sounds like to me, pretty much all of Philadelphia, okay? Because even my wife got a ringless voicemail from this investor. So it says, for a guy who has at least 6 phone numbers, Will is surprisingly difficult man to reach, okay? Will calls me 3 times a day. So this is where people are starting to get a little frustrated. And I'm gonna play this message so you guys can hear and I'll let you guys figure out who it is. I'm not gonna put names out there. Hey, you gotta give him credit. I'm sure he locked up a lot of deals from this. He did blanket a whole state, probably, or the city of Philadelphia. Yeah, the city of Philadelphia probably blanketed. So this is where it's gonna get tricky, right? So let me go ahead and play this message, and you guys can guess who it is. I'm not gonna name any investors out there, but he's a really big time investor, wholesaler in the country. So I'll go ahead and let you play this message here, okay?
My name's Will, and I'm actually just leaving you this 2-6.
Okay. Now, so this is where it draws a little bit of a borderline. Is that a robocall? I mean, is that legal, illegal? I'm not a lawyer, so we're not gonna get into that. So what's happening is, since everybody's doing ringless voicemail, it's starting to catch the attention of federal government. People are getting frustrated. You know, I've gotten robocalls that are not obviously real estate related, and as soon as I pick up the phone, I'm just, take me off your list, right? So I get the frustration where people are coming from, you know, where people are complaining, where all these people, all these real robocallers, all these services, all these scams, all these calls, solicited calls, trying to sell you on a service can be frustrating. Excuse me, can be frustrating. So I get it, right? I understand. I've received those calls. I literally pick up the phone and I'll go, take me off your list, right? And most of the time it is a robocall or somebody trying to sell me something. So I get where that's coming from. So what's happening? So that's starting to catch the attention of the federal government, right? So they're gonna put laws in place. In fact, I know Florida bans ringless voicemail. It's considered illegal to do that. So I would stay away. If you're in the state of Florida, I would highly recommend do not do that. So stay away from that. I don't want you to get sued. And actually, let me go to this other article. So King of Prussia man wins $33,000 after suing over a legal sales call, right? So this is where it's starting to catch the attention of the federal government, and some people have won lawsuits already. So I don't want to be one of those people, right? Because anybody can make the argument. So if you call me, and even if I'm in the do not call list, I can probably save that number. I think that's what he did. He saved the number and then he called them again, and then he just went on and sued them based on that number. They found who he was. There's ways to avoid all this. You can obviously do a untraceable number, but if you keep doing these calls, they're eventually probably going to find you, right? So that's why I'm kind of not doing these voicemails anymore. I'm not going to continue to do that in the future. Again, I'm going to do it on a very small scale. If I have to follow up with a lead that I've communicated with, that I'm texting, or that we've had a conversation with, I'll send them a ringless voicemail. Hey, we spoke, let them know we already had this conversation. We spoke before about the property they're looking to sell on 123 Main Street. Whatever the case is, always refer to the conversation you had with them, so that way they know that, okay, it's not someone else soliciting the service or trying to scam me, whatever the case is. So that's what I'm doing. I do still send out ringless voicemails, but it's to leads that I've already spoken with, had a conversation with. They kind of know who I am, and all I'm doing is just following up, right? So those are two different things. I'm no longer going to send out 5,000 ringless voicemails, because what's going to happen is every state is starting to pass their own laws, and eventually they're just going to ban it, right? That's what I see in the future. You can still do it. I would do it on a very small scale, very small list, and only to people you've had conversations with, where they've called in from a direct mail or cold call and things like that. So that's what I would do, and I just wanted to keep you guys a heads up. Again, it's starting to get the attention of the federal government, and they're going to start putting laws in place. They're going to start to crack down on people who are doing massive ringless voicemails. So that's why I recommend you can do what you guys want. I'm just telling you what I'm doing in my business and what I'm avoiding, because I don't want to get sued, or I don't want to fall in the gray area of what's legal, what's not legal. So comment below and let me know your thoughts, so we can have this conversation here regarding this and what you guys are going to do in the future. But I just wanted, again, I'm still going to use ringless voicemail, but I'm going to use it for people I've had conversations with, leads I'm following up where they know who I am. I'm not randomly going to send out 5,000 ringless voicemails. Just my opinion. You guys are entitled to do what you want. I really would like a conversation, so comment below and let me know your thoughts. But that's kind of where I'm headed, and that's why I'm no longer going to be sending out massive ringless voicemails. Obviously, there's ways to avoid it. You cannot tell them, you do an untraceable number. You can do like a fake. I'm not even going to recommend how to avoid it. The best way to avoid it is to not do it on a massive scale. Only do it to people you have consent with. And what I mean by consent is you've had a conversation. You let them know you're going to be following up with them, just see if anything has changed. That way, there's some sort of consent where you guys acknowledge, like, okay, might not be interested now. Is it okay if I follow up with you down the road? Things like that. That's what I do. And I recommend you guys do that, but it's totally up to you. That's it. That's my time. My name's Rosario. Peace.